The objective of these mock PI sessions is that we'll be having a lot of mock PI sessions. Initially, I'll be taking them so that all of you at least get to some basic level. And then they will be taken by different interviewers, both from the industry as well as from different industries and from academics and from faculty team of top Ivy League business schools. But before that, we want to first take you to a basic level. And I think by 15th of this Jan or 16th of this Jan, everyone should be at a basic level. So the first corporate GDPI boot camp or GWPI boot camp will be held at Lucknow on 17th and 18th. And then on 24th and 25th, it will be held at Chandigarh. And then again on 31st and 1st, it will be held at Lucknow. So in these boot camps, there will be people from outside time and they'll be belonging to different areas. Some of them you might encounter in your real interviews. And over a course of a weekend on a Saturday, Sunday, from morning till late night, there will be multiple interviews. And everyone has to come prepared with their entire folder and wearing their business suit. And if it is not hot, then a suit is not required. Sorry, if it is hot, then it is not required. And you need to take it as a real interview. So I think we have maybe 10 days, around 10 days to get ready. By ready, what do I mean? By ready, I mean the PI questions that I'll be asking in these initial interviews. Um, More testing on general awareness is going to happen post 15, so that till 15th you upgrade your general awareness, not only through our classes, but also through a lot of research. Research is more important, making your own documents, making your own bullet points with respect to the major topics under the PESTLE framework, whether it is political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. That's the full form of PESTLE, PESTLE. So you need to take out at least five major topics under all these areas. Again, I'll read political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. So five major changes or five big happenings of 2025, or it includes 26 as well. And you need to make your own document. And when you'll be researching, you'll be coming across different types of things also, which you find to be very important, very pertinent from interview perspective. So then you need to research in those things, those areas or those subjects as well. While you're so there will be an initial research, and that research will take you to multiple researchers. That's how your document for all these areas will be slightly voluminous, so that whether it is WAT or that is written ability test, fancy name for an essay, or it is group discussion, or it is general awareness questions asked in the interview, people are in good stead. Okay, so let's start your interview. uh, yes, hello Rajans. Can you please tell us about your hobbies and interests?
So my hobbies include watching sports, movies. I like to watch cricket, football, and tennis in particular. I like I like riding bikes, and I have been one of the youngest rider to ever complete an official BMW ride as well. And I like to collect Funko Pops, which are bobbleheads made by the company Funko. Apart from that, I also like traveling, and also have a YouTube channel where I like to post vlogs and other videos about my opinions on stuff.
Okay, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling confident that you'll be able to convert this interview?
I'm fairly confident, not a lot, not just normal feeling.
Okay. What do you know about Roberto Baggio?
I must have heard the name, but I'm not able to recall right now. I'm not
I
able to.
recall him.
No, sir, I'm not able to recall, but I'll check it after the interview.
What do you know about Fernando Kaká?
Not able to recall the name as of now, sir.
Not able to recall. Which national cricket team did Ian Botham belong to?
Sir, he was a all-rounder from England.
Alan Border,
He was the captain of Australian cricket team, sir.
Graham Gooch,
He was from England, sir.
also the captain.
Yes, a batsman.
So you are more interested in cricket than football.
Yes, sir. I just watch football from like recent onwards and not have been following it for a long time.
So you will know about Lamine Yamal, but not about Fernando Kaká and Roberto Baggio, right?
Yes, but Yamal also I'm not very.
Johan Cruyff. Have you heard this name?
Which, sir?
Johan Cruyff.
No, sir.
There is this Cruyff turn where you make a U-turn while playing in football. So your football is not that interested. Cricket, very much interested means for a longer time.
Yes, sir.
Tennis.
Yes, sir.
Can you name the winners, both male and female, of all the last Grand Slams held in the last 12 months? How many Grand Slams are there?
So
And
four slams are there.
which all?
So Australian Open, which is played on the hard court, then so French Open, which is played on the clay court, and then it is Wimbledon, which is played on the grass court, and then US Open, which is again played on the hard court.
You're sure about it?
Yes, sir, sure.
And what is the difference you will experience as a player when you are playing on a hard court and a clay court?
So the clay court, the ball usually swings more, and the and the pace is a bit lower as like compared to the hard court, and so it is harder to hold your serve in clay than it is in hard.
And who are the winners in the past 12 months? Last,
So I'm not very sure about all, but US Open was won by Carlos Alcaraz. Wimbledon was won by Yannick Sinner, and the French Open was again won by Carlos Alcaraz, and Australian Open was won by Jannik Sinner
are
for
you
like
sure,
for like
are you sure about this?
yes, sir, I'm pretty confident about it for last year, 2025.
Which tennis star did Andre Agassi marry to?
So Steffi Graf.
And what was her nationality?
So I'm not very sure, but I can make a guess. She was from Germany.
Do you think that India is capable of producing players like Messi, or Indian football team can one day win the World Cup?
Yes, sir. I do feel that it is possible because when we went into the 1983 Cricket World Cup, at that time also we were underdogs there. But
You were reaching.
yes, sir.
You were reaching the World Cup. You were able to at least participate.
Yes,
And
sir. But here
football
also, sir,
have not
slowly and
been.
gradually we will get to it, I feel. Just like
What
we
do you
done the
think are
19.
the changes that you have observed in the past 12 to 24 months? Can you quote some figures or some positive things which have been happening to Indian football?
So like recently only we had a massive tour of Lionel Messi who just came to India for a show, kind of a show.
But there
So
was a lot of negative press about it as well.
yes, sir, some say that we spend a lot of money which should have been given to the Indian
So I'm
Football
talking about the
Federation.
Kolkata fiasco.
Yes, sir, that was also there, but that was the first event, so it was something which could have been prevented, but at the same time,
What happened and what legal action was taken. Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir, I am aware of that. So, sir, what happened was that, sir, fans came to to see the to to see the players, but the players were all surrounded by the political leaders and the other influential people on the stadium. So like they were not able to catch the glimpse of the players, and then the government asked the organizers to refund the all the people who had the ticket for the event, and the organization was and the organization organizer was also detained for the same by the Kolkata police.
What is the difference between a dirt bike and a sports bike?
Sir, sir, a dirt bike is usually a adventure bike with it will it will most probably will not be that heavy as like compared to a sports bike, and excuse me.
You can have a glass of water if you want.
No, sir. So like a dirt bike is usually a adventure bike which is for all the terrains, but the sports bikes are usually for the highways and all, and sports bike are usually heavier as like compared to the dirt bikes.
What about the tires?
So the tires are usually having the more like radius on the dirt bikes, but like they are thicker for the sports bike.
If you're given an option to choose between a BMW bike and a Harley Davidson, what will you choose and why? And can you also compare, as a bike aficionado, the finer details when you're explaining the difference between these two types of bikes, that will be, and why will you be going for one?
Sure, sir. So, sir, I would personally go with a BMW one because that is the one which I own right now, and like they are also less co- costly as like compared to Harley Davidson. And one of the major decision behind this is that Harley's the bikes usually heats a lot, and is also not as recommended for a long travel as the bikes from the BMW. And Harley bikes are usually more heavier as well, and they don't usually sell bikes from the lower cc segment. So although they have recently launched one with the Hero, but that is not the same like level of Harley Harley Davidson finish or like quality in the bike
What is
as the
torque?
other
What,
bikes.
how do you define torque in a car?
Sir, I'm not very sure about it, but it has something to do with the rotations of the tire, but I'm not very sure.
Torque.
I'm not very sure about it.
Okay. Which film has won the most number of Oscars?
Sir, I'm not sure, but I can make a guess.
Go ahead.
Godfather?
No, no.
I'm not sure.
Who was the first Indian to win an Oscar?
Sir, again, I'm not sure, but if I have to make a guess, then it has to be Satyajit Ray.
Why did he get an Oscar?
Sir, for his direction of a film, probably.
Not aware.
Not sure about the movie.
Not, not aware about it. Who is your favorite, not exactly superhero, but a superhero kind of character in movies or in books?
It's like really hard to like pick one, but if I have to say one, then it has to be right now. Like I am watching, I'm watching John Wick again, so it has to be right now John Wick. But like it keeps on changing from here and there based on the films or
See
movies.
yourself as an assassin?
No, sir, not as a assassin, but sir, someone who is like very.
Assassin with a heart and morality.
Sir, I take it from that film that I'm a dog lover and also very focused, and like everyone
Dog
knows that
lover.
I'll be focused on the task which I have in my hand.
Which famous Hindi language series has this notion that if dog loves a person that or a person loves a dog, that means the person is good?
So, can you please repeat the question?
Basically, which popular Hindi series they have shown that dog lovers are good people. And that's the reason it's an assumption. It's a big assumption throughout the series, a major assumption.
I'm not able to recall right now.
Okay. One of the uh, criminal's name is Tyagi.
It has to be Sir Patal Lok if I have to make a guess.
You haven't watched the series?
I have watched, but it has been quite some time since I watched it.
Very, very important part to the plot. In books, who's your favorite? What kind of books do you like reading?
I don't usually read.
Also, or it can be a fantasy.
Sir, I like don't usually read much, but if I have to choose one writer, then it has to be Devdutt Patnaik. I have read few.
Devdutt Patnaik.
Yes, sir. I have read few of his books, and
You interested in Hindu mythology?
yes, sir.
Do you read?
Yes, not a lot, but as and when I have free time, I like to read a
How
bit
many
about.
Jyotirlings are there?
So I'm not sure, but 12 Jyotirlings are there.
Yes. Can you tell us some of the characteristics of Kal Bhairav?
So Kal Bhairav is said to be an incarnation of Lord Shiva, and he was sent on the earth to like I'm not able to recall right now particularly, but he is said to be the protector of Varanasi, and like there's a big temple there as well of Kal Bhairav.
Which all places have you traveled to?
So I have to, recently I like traveled to Delhi, but in the last last 4 years since like virus pandemic has the travel norms were available. I like travel to Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, Goa, and also some part of Agra as well.
If you had the freedom and the resource, which will be your five destinations in your travel bucket list?
So right now it would be US, Europe, and
It's a name
late.
of continents. I was expecting more in terms of a place. You're
Also,
naming
but like if I
European
will go to the
continent
Europe,
and US, which is so huge.
there's a US. If I have to pick particular places, then it has to be Las Vegas, New York, in New Orleans. Those are some of the places which I would like to go.
Las Vegas. Have you seen the Hangover series?
Yes, sir. I've seen the movies.
Is it because of that that you want to go to Las Vegas?
No, sir, that is not the reason. But I like used to watch a History Channel, and like there were a lot of shows around that city, so I was really intrigued by to
The
go
name
to.
of the desert in which you have Las Vegas, in which Las Vegas has been built. The desert. It's in the midst of desert.
Yes,
Which,
sir. I'm not call the name.
excuse me.
It is Great Canyon, if I have to make a guess, but I'm
No,
not
no,
able
no.
to the name.
Talking about a desert. Name of the desert. I thought that you have seen Hangover, so maybe there also you have the mention of this.
Yes, I'm not able
Okay.
to.
Can you tell us the capital city of Hungary?
I'm not sure, but I can make a guess with the Helsinki. Not sure.
That's Finland. What are the Scandinavian countries? Or which are the Scandinavian countries?
I'm not sure about it. I'll have to do some background research about it.
In which city you have the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum?
Well, again, I'm not sure, but if I have to make a guess, then I would say Paris, France.
It's in Amsterdam. Talking about Paris, which is the river which flows in the city?
I'm not able to recall right now, so I'll definitely look it up.
What will you find at the entrance of Louvre Museum?
So again, I'm not very sure, but if I have to make a guess, then it would be the po- portrait of Mona Lisa.
Not at all. If it's at the
It is
entrance.
there, but I don't know if it is a starting or not.
Sorry. What is Jungfraujoch?
Don't know, sir.
Don't know about it. What is the capital of Switzerland?
I'm not very sure, but if I have to make a guess, then it has to be Zurich. Not very sure about it.
You are wrong. You are mistaken. Which major countries are a part of the Iberian Peninsula?
So I'm not aware of it, but I'll go and check it definitely after the interview.
Okay. Which is the smallest country in Europe?
So it is Vatican City.
What are these type of countries called?
I'm not sure what particular terminology is for these countries.
Which country do you think will have the highest per capita income in Europe?
So if I have to make a guess, then it would be Germany because they are the Germany or
I
UK.
want the per capita income, not the GDP. That way, India should also be a very rich place, huh?
Yes, sir.
Divided by the population. Okay. So US and Europe, these two like big. And then third, where would you like to visit?
I would like to go to Dubai. I want to see the tallest building and also buy iPhone at lower rate from India.
For that, you should go to China, Hong Kong. Find it to be very, very cheap. Where is Macau and what is it known for?
I'm not sure about where is it, but it is known for casinos. I've seen in a movie.
Know where it is.
I'm not able to recall right now where it is.
Can you name some city states which are inside China but not a part of Republic of China?
So one will be Hong Kong, which you just said, and apart from that, I'm not very sure about which are the others.
Is China a republic? Is the name of China Republic of China?
So the name doesn't mean that it will be a republic because same is the case with North Korea as well. They have the word in it, but they are not a republic country.
But the leader there has done a lot of things for the country, especially in terms of development and
So he must have done, but I'm not
uh,
saying that it is not a republic. I'm not saying that whether it is a good
do you
thing or
prefer someone like the Chinese premier to be the head of your country?
no, sir.
Why? What are your reasons? What are the like I want you to do two things now. First is you have to tell me good reasons why he should, and then reasons why he should not. Similarly, as a salesperson, you have to sell me a Harley Davidson bike over a BMW bike, stating five reasons. But first,
Okay,
we can go ahead with this first question.
okay, sir. So first of all, I would not want a leader like leadership like the one which is in the China because of the freedom it eliminates from the
Always
people.
lack of freedom.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
then
Lack of the freedom is one thing, and so exposure to the world, like they have their own apps and everything. So like people are very contained and they are
limited
not.
access to worldwide apps. Okay, and
and sir, they don't have enough say. Like if the government wants, they just take the people, and like there is no investigative
Take the
process
people,
as
what do you
the.
mean by take the people? Arrest the people.
Yes, sir,
Something.
Jack Ma is
What do you mean by take the
Jack Ma
people?
is also one of the example of the same. He was a influential guy, but he started to speak against the government. So like there was no investigative
Key
process.
reasons, if you can say good reasons why you should be he should if he becomes the head of India.
Sir, yes, sir, because we are a democratic country, anything which we want to do usually takes a lot of time. Even like it is the
First
right
point
thing.
is the centralized system.
Yes, sir.
Things can happen. Okay, then
And so one more thing is that, sir, sometimes, sir, what the what is the thing which like the majority wants is not always the right thing, but like we have to do it because that is the something which is like majority wants. But if we have a leader like the one in
I got
China,
I got you are saying that rather than just following the majority rule all the time, what is things should be judged and done on merit.
yes, sir.
You're saying. Third point,
Third point is, sir, like China can place norms and rules about the labor and all, which are as per their interest and not the interest of the people. So like they can like have the monopoly to like have all the companies come and like establish plant at a very cheap cost. That is something which is also not possible with a democratic country, I feel.
now can you sell me a Harley Davidson bike over a BMW bike?
First of all, sir, are you in need of a bike? Do you want to buy one? I would firstly
Yes,
ask you.
come to you. Yes, come to you. You are the salesperson. Why you are confusing that person? Huh? You are lowering your chances of sale bashing. Are you interested? He's in front of you. He's asking you, please help me
No,
make
sir,
the.
I was like not knowing what was the scene going on in the period that like
I want you to sell me a BMW bike, a Harley Davidson bike over a BMW bike. Go ahead.
so what are your needs from our bike? Where will you ride
Comfort.
it?
I want comfort and ease in driving and good space.
Yes, sir. So we have our Fat Bob, which would be really good for you. It is really comfortable, and like people at the younger age want the bikes to be risky and all, but our bike is completely safe and comfortable, and it is really good to ride on the road. If you want, I can arrange a test drive for you as well, so you can make the proper decision.
Which song has the maximum views on YouTube?
So it was Despacito. I don't know if it is still not, but last I checked, it was Despacito.
Most subscribed channel?
So it is Mr. Beast from US.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir, I'm sure.
Anything you would like to ask us?
Sir, can you tell me what are the areas which I could improve and
I'll
look upon?
anyways tell you, Rajans. That's a stupid question. I'll anyways
No,
tell
sir,
you.
no, sir. But if I would be in front of a like a
You will be
candidate,
asking that
I would ask them.
interviewer ki how to improve my interview skills. Can you tell me?
No, what are the things which I can look upon in the
Question.
future before like joining your like prestigious institute? So I would ask them that.
What kind of preparation you are saying you should do
Yes,
before?
sir. Before joining the institute.
The good
That's what I ask.
institutes, especially the old IIMs, they during the interview only decide whether you need remedial classes or not. Now, like 70% of the people will be needing remedial classes at least. So there are two types of remedial classes. One is to work on your language skills, and the other is to work on your maths. So they will be able to make out during the interview and from your profile that okay, do you need remedial classes in maths or do you need English classes? So these are the things that they anyways are going to do with you. Anyways going to. क्या लगता है तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू में तुम्हें क्या लगता है what is it that you observe Rajans what do you observe
Sir, I was like at this some places my flow of thought was not very clear, and I was going like here and there places, but my answer wasn't that much clear and crisp. And some of the things I like didn't know, which I have to do research on. And bit of stammering also is there when I answer. That is also something which I'll have to look into.
How
That
much
if yes,
would you rate yourself on a scale of 10? How much you would have given yourself for this interview?
somewhat between 4 to 6. If I was not in a good mood, I would give myself 4. If I was in a good mood, I'll give myself 6.
I gave you 5 on 10. So you were
And a
right
bit.
between 4 and 6. I was going to tell you, but first I wanted to hear from you. So you know the problems. The problem A is not very high on the number of points. Right now, you have to now understand, you have to delve deeper into your hobbies and interests, and you need to know. Like you said, you want to visit Europe. So I was talking about Europe. You had no clue about Europe only. So what? This is just a fancy. Those people like I love traveling. So I will be researching more, and it will not be like I'll be doing a painful research. It'll be a fun research for me. इधर क्या है, क्या चल रहा है, क्या वर्ल्ड में देखने का है, किस कंटेंट में क्या देखने का है. So I think the traveling part is not coming across as real. And then we talked about from football, we were able to make out that you're not that much into football, but you were able to answer two questions related to cricket and tennis. And then when I talked about movies, you said you're into movies, but you were not that great in very basic kind of things like, Oscars and all are considered to be big. So generally professors might test you on like, okay, who won what and things like that. And then I straight away took you to mainstream Hindi series Patal Lok. You had forgotten about Tyagi, and you know how he knew that his boss taught him that a dog likes a man or loves a man, and a man loves a dog. The dog, that means the man is good. So things like that. Then apart from that, we talked about bikes and all. You didn't talk about the engine power or anything like that. Your specifications were totally lacking. There were no specifications, so that was there. And then when we talked about a lot of questions as well, you had 1 point instead of giving 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. The structured, it's okay, it's your first interview. So you have to understand there has to be, so stammering, of course, you have to work upon it. You have to record yourself. That's the best thing rather than looking like a fool talking to a mirror. It's better to record yourself, put a recorder and then give mock interviews. So you'll come to know, okay, where you are lacking and things like that. So you need to be more coherent and smooth in terms of the communication part, and you don't have to immediately give an answer. You can so why were your answers coming across like that? Because sometimes, or what, all the times I ask you something and you respond immediately. It's not compulsory. You have a pen, should sit with a pen and paper, and then you should think of 2 3 points at least. It shouldn't be you think of 1 point, and once you say that point, then you're in a flow, and then finally you run out of steam. So you should think of 3 4 points quickly. You don't have to jot them as if it's a proper answer or something like that. Any trick language of yours or shorthand can work, or some word to associate with the entire point can work. And then after you have thought of those 2 3 points, 3 4 points, then you have to formulate them and speak it in a coherent manner. So that part will come with time, I think, and with more mock interview practice. And like whenever I talked about your favorite superhero fictional character, well, like things were not being explained very well. You get my point, right, Rajan?
Yes, sir.
You have to work on all. So you talked about sports, talked about movies, cricket, football, tennis, riding bikes, BMW, pop art, bobbleheads, traveling, YouTube videos. You talked about these things. But then, if I'm looking at 1 to 10 levels of passion and information, then if I take up any hobby, you're not going below 2 3 levels or 1 2 levels. At 10 levels, if I think of level 10. So that part needs to be worked a lot. Hobbies are very important, as I have reiterated this point a lot of times, that hobbies are very important, and they are trying to even think that they'll be able to place you in which club or committee, because all the professors will be given charge of some committee or some club or some activity or something. So they're looking at people who they will think that, okay, this boy or this girl is going to be in my committee. So any questions for me?
That's
All good?
Yes, sir, all good.
So let's look at the comments which are coming. Snigdha, if we are asked to introduce ourselves, for how long should we speak for? We will come to that. We are doing mock interviews to see that only. Don't worry. Can we ask the panel to give a few moments to recollect the points? Yes, of course, Meher. Sir, will we get questions based on our hobbies? Yes, why not? One person said Shark Doo Doo. That song is there. He must be referring to most, in terms of music videos, maybe most liked or so. And then there are good evenings. What are your views about the like what are your observations?
Regarding what? Sorry, sir, your voice is breaking.
The first interview.
Oh, sorry. So, to be honest, this is my first time seeing an MBA interview. So, I think Rajan's knew a lot of things, what he said about hobbies and all. He can improve a bit on communication side. He can take some time before giving an answer to recollect his points. And rather than that, maybe he can get more information on things that are going around him or about his hobbies, I would say.
Rajans will be getting a call from Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Kozhikode, and Indore. He will be facing a tough competition. He has to really improve a lot. What about you? Are you expecting calls from Blackie?
Yes, sir, definitely.
So you're also like Rajans. You'll be facing a tough competition. He was from a local college of Lucknow called National PG College. Still, he managed a 99 plus percentile. And you are from NIT Allahabad, right? NIT
Yes, sir.
Prayagraj. You
Yes,
also got above 99 percentile.
yes.
Okay, I haven't started the interview. We are just chatting right now. Now we'll start the interview.
Okay.
Doing bachelor from which academic stream? Doing bachelor's from which academic stream connects with MBA degree the most?
So for me, the MBA degree is about business administration, obviously, but it is also about other things like leadership, working with people, and all the other soft skills. So I don't know. So if I were to come to a perfect degree, that would be something I guess would be BBA. But in my opinion, I don't think that there's a perfect degree that you have to do for an MBA, a bachelor degree.
Just for the sake of selection, you're saying BBA, right?
Yeah, yes, because you would be able to relate with a lot of business terms, maybe or economic terms or things like that. But in my opinion, there is no perfect bachelor degree that you can do for an MBA.
If I have to select between you and a BBA student from a very good university, who should I select?
Uh, so, saying a very good university meaning from the
Means the
top
top
colleges of India.
universities, yeah, from the top university of India. That student would have done BBA, and you are there. I can select only one student. Who should I select?
So, I mean, if you're looking at solely from the point of the degree, so I don't think you can understand a person from that. There are a lot of skills or soft skills that a person earns while doing his bachelor's, like communication, the leadership skills I'm talking about, like and discipline, hard work.
What's your degree?
Mine is Bachelor of Technology, BTech,
BTech. And what's your stream?
Electronics and Communication.
First, you said that BBA is the best degree which connects to MBA. Then you're saying you should look at soft skills and communication, and you're a BTech student. Do you know how to sell your case?
Basically, while I was doing my BTech, so everyone does academics. Everyone which I was in my college was a J top ranker, J mains top ranker. But what I saw, what was the differentiating factor was a soft skill. Everyone, the thousand students in my college were used to study in their rooms, but only studying is not enough. The people who went out in other clubs and committees who develop the soft skills
What
like
do you mean
leadership.
by soft skills? Can you like help me understand what's your understanding of soft skills?
So basically, there are some things which are taught in academic subjects. Like in my case, there's antenna, electronic stuff, and all that. But there are some things which are not taught and which you have to learn the skills like which are talking about discipline, motivation, leadership skills, working well with people, motivating people, and all that. So that is what I term as soft skills in my case.
That's your understanding of soft skills.
Yes.
Okay. Which is your favorite subject from the field of management?
That I would have to say finance.
Finance. What do you know about Bill Ackman?
Sorry.
What do you know about Bill Ackman? Bill, B-I-L-L, Ackman, A-C-M-A-N, Bill Ackman.
Oh, I think I've heard this name somewhere, but I'm not able to recall about him.
Not able to recall.
Yes.
What do you know about this organization called KKR?
KKR. Organization KKR. I'm not aware, sir.
In Asia, which will be the top three countries in terms of per capita income?
In Asia, top three countries in terms of per capita income. I think one has to be China, I guess. Maybe Russia is on the list, and maybe the third one, if I have to guess, is it Taiwan?
You're wrong in all these three.
Oh,
Okay. What caused the 2008 economic downturn?
basically the housing crisis in US. So the all the big banks were giving loans and mortgages on credit default sorts on the housing market, so that people were unable to repay their loans that they got for housing.
What was it called?
Sorry.
What was it called? These type of loans were given at.
Uh, I think those were termed as credit default swaps.
Have you come across this term subprime?
I think I just heard it actually. I just heard it a few days ago in my bank, so that's why I knew about it.
Subprime mortgage crisis. Can you talk about some major organizations which were involved or were a part of this or a reason for this economic downturn?
The major one is the Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers was an investment bank. Were
Yes.
they giving loans?
Sorry, sir, your voice is breaking.
I'm saying Lehman Brothers was an investment bank. Was it giving loans?
It was, if I'm not aware of it.
Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. Have you come across these names?
No, sir.
What do you know about Jamie Dimon?
In time, and, I'm not aware, sir.
Define commodities.
Commodities, I would say commodities are the, uh, I would not be able to give a theoretical definition on this.
What is the law of diminishing marginal utility?
Law of diminishing marginality. Uh, I'm not aware, sir.
What are the different types of company valuation?
Company valuation, different types. Is there any specific type category that you're talking about?
No, I want to know the different ways you can value a company. Company valuation is done. It's
I
just
mean, in my opinion, company valuation which is given by the investor. what they
How are
want.
they
And
arriving at it? What are the different ways they can arrive at it?
so I'm not aware of many methods, but the one method I'm aware of is based on the return that is giving on it. So basically, if a company is valued, let's say at 10 lakh rupees, and it is generating a profit of, let's say, 1.2 lakh rupees, so that's a 12% return. So multiplying that by,
When did your interest in finance come? And how did your interest in finance come?
so basically, when I was in college, I knew nothing about finance. I knew nothing that how I would be, because how I would be financially literate or anything like that. I was always worried about money. I was not able to manage it. But there was a club in my college, the finance club, which taught us about basically about personal finance and investing. So I took some classes there. I learned about how it's that only earning money and just spending it is you can just go back. You not live your life that way. You have to invest your money in some assets to make it grow so that they can passively grow. So that's why I joined that club. So there I learned about personal investing, how to invest money in different areas, how to manage your credit
If
score,
you
your
had
CIBIL
100
score.
crore rupees, what would you do with it? If you have 100 crore rupees, what will you do?
So
How will you go about it?
So basically, the first thing is that you should not put all your eggs in one basket. So I would probably diversify it. So about 35% of it I would put in high risk assets. About 30% of it.
I
I'm
don't
taking this first.
know what are these high risk assets you're talking about.
So the high risk asset I would say crypto or some startups or some new age companies which can go very big in the future. So these are the assets which I see in high risk. I'm taking 35% as a number because right now, as I'm a bit young, I can take more risk. Then I would put the remaining 35% in some uh, not so risky assets like mutual funds or in some stocks or in some corporate bonds. And then the remaining 30% of money I would put in very low risk funds like in FDs or in gold, etc.
35%, 35%, 30%.
Yes.
Nowhere you are having real estate. Huh?
So that is my personal choice because I think I haven't been a very big admirer for real estate for the reason that you have to have a big capital, have a very big capital in upfront. So I haven't researched a lot about real estate. That's why I'm not putting my money there.
It's very unlikely if someone has a very large amount or has a lot of net worth, won't be investing in real estate. That's what you said, na, all eggs in one basket. That
Yes.
you're missing out on some, and you have selected gold. You said that bankable things like gold and FD.
Yes.
What would be the current FD rates in India?
Right now it depends on the bank obviously, but I guess around 7.1 to 8.1 for us, and for citizens you can add 0.5% more.
And what about the FD rates in US?
So I think the FD rates in US are a lot lower. I'm not quite sure about it, but I've heard it's around 3% or 4% as such, not too high,
Lower than that.
lower than that.
Yes. Okay. Which is your dream MBA institute?
It's IIM-Ahmedabad.
Can you name the most important person behind the creation of IIM Ahmedabad?
I read it somewhere, just I forgot.
I forgot. What do you know about Lehman Brothers?
So as you said, Salim Brothers was in investment bank, was one of the most largest investment banks in the world, and they were the most hit by the 2008 financial crisis. So basically, their investments were in such a way that they were all in the housing market, that the
Which
housing market would go up.
they
Sorry.
were not all in the housing market. Why will all their money be in the housing market? Nobody will do
No, no,
that.
not all, not maybe not all, but a major
Which
chunk of the
bank
investment.
acquired? Which bank acquired Lehman Brothers?
I think was it Citibank?
No, Nomura.
Uh,
N
Sorry,
O Nomura. Nomura.
Nomura,
Yes.
the Japanese firm.
Yes, yes, they acquired. And also Lehman Brothers was the first MNC which came to IIM Ahmedabad's campus in the year 2000 and offered the highest pay package. That was the beginning of big placements, more than 1 crore for the position of a trader in Lehman Brothers headquarters at World Trade Center. And they had selected 5 or 7 IIM Ahmedabad students that year. It was all across the country's newspapers and in news.
Wow.
Why should we select you?
So basically, uh, at my time at BNY and D Shaw, it's a hedge fund, I have observed that what I can do is I can build systems, that whatever they give me, I can build that, but I want to be the one to design them. I want to be the one to tell what should be built, why it should be built.
Why,
So
why
basically,
do you want to be the person to say why and when and all these? Are you having a dictatorial mindset?
no, not the dictatorial mindset, obviously, not the dictatorial one, but a managerial one. Uh, so, in my opinion, a manager is one which motivates people, not boss them around, but motivates people to do
Why
to
you want
achieve.
to design it?
Sorry.
Why you want to, you said you want to design the system. Why do you want to design the system?
Um,
Think you have that mindset of designing things in the right way.
so basically, at my time at Bank of New York, I work on asset processing system, like transferring asset from one place to another. And deal with every day we deal with some client activities where clients are facing problems or they want solution efficient things and all. But the major problem that we face is that we have to have trade-off between business sustainability, that we have to meet the requirements of the client in at a shorter deadline, and also we have to make the system technically stable for the long term. But many times, just being an engineer, I cannot take part on those decisions where I can make it as stable also for the long term.
You want to do MBA because you feel left out.
Not left out. I think I can contribute more in that way. Obviously, the my bank is running very well. It's the largest custodian bank in the world with the guys who are running it. But I think I can contribute a lot more.
What are you good at?
I would say I'm good at working people with different backgrounds. I'm good at being a team player also. I'm good at
Can you
I'm
tell
good.
me what do you mean by background? Can you tell me what, go in detail in regarding that point? You are saying that we should select you because you are good at working in a team with people coming from different backgrounds. What
Yes.
backgrounds? Elaborate on it.
So basically, right now, as in my team, there are people from technical backgrounds. There are people from the banking backgrounds, the business people. There are people from the testing background, and each have their own priorities. So basically, the testers want to make everything perfect. The business people want to have all the things which are required by the business. And sometimes these people don't understand the technical limitations that we face.
You're saying
So
technical people from technical background, banking background, testing background.
yes, the operations, I would say, yes.
These
So
three.
there are, yes. So right now in my example, I'm taking these three. So basically, every group have their certain priorities, and every group cannot understand each other's own limitations. So basically, I have worked in, so we have a pod system in our company where people from different backgrounds work. So I've worked with people from different backgrounds, the three backgrounds that I mentioned, and we have to collaborate in such a way that we make sure that the client needs are met, as well as the technical needs are met, as well as all the domains of the people which are there, their requirements are met. So that is what I meant by the people from
Can you
different
name
backgrounds.
your favorite person from all these three departments and why that person is your favorite person?
So from the operations, the people who do the testing and who see the business needs, I have a US person named Todd Glenner. So I think that guy has a lot of knowledge in finance and testing. He takes everything from testing to extreme, and also he leads his team very well. So I've worked with multiple testing teams and I've faced limitations that they are not able to know what our technical requirements are. But that guy is spot on. He's able to make sure that we both teams are going together very well. So from testing team, it's totally Anna. From the business team, I have a person named Tracy Ferguson in US. She's also in US. She's based in New York office. She is able to make sure she has a very good clientele knowledge. She knows how to prioritize the client needs at what time. She doesn't make any, I would say, unrealistic deadlines. She gives both our testing teams as well as our engineering teams the amount of time that should be given to a project. And the main thing is that I love about her is that she makes sure to balance the business as well as the technical needs so that there's a term technical debt. If we are not able to design a system in efficient manner, in future it will get a fault. So she makes sure that this technical debt doesn't go over. So balancing system sustainability as well as business sustainability is something I really admire for. And in coming to my engineering department, I think my tech lead, his name is Mohan Narra. He's from Chennai office. I think that guy is one of the best people leaders I've ever met. He gives me a lot of autonomy. He gives me a lot of room to try and experiment new things in engineering. Being a financial firm in which we are regulated by a lot of laws like SEC from US and other laws, we generally financial firms do not have a lot of leverage to work with. But that guy makes sure that I'm able to explore something new and learn from it, and also apply it in our business knowledge.
SEC is a civil regulatory authority or a criminal regulatory authority?
It's a civil regulatory authority.
So can it arrest someone on
It
charges of fraud in the stock markets?
it can I guess it can file a case, but I don't think they themselves can arrest someone.
Okay, fine. Your interview is over. What do you
Oh,
think about your interview? How much would you rate yourself on a scale of 10?
um, maybe 3 to 4. Uh, so this is my okay. So I just want to confirm this. The interview is over, right? Not this is not the part of the interview. Okay. So so this is my first interview for the MBA preparation for the first time, and I haven't prepared anything as much. So I would give myself 3 to 4 because I think when you asked me the question about the favorite subject, I told finance, but I was not able to back anything for that. So maybe that's something I need to really work upon, and maybe I also need to work upon this that I should not give answers very immediately. I should take some time to recollect the points and maybe a bit more on the communication skills, maybe a bit more grammar and a bit more vocabulary would be nice. So that is my takeaway. I actually thought that this interview might be a bit more HR oriented, so that's why maybe I didn't prepare for that much.
So you have to understand that you always have to promote your case, help your case.
Mm,
So even if I'm asking you which stream do you think is most connected to MBA, you should have said BTech, and you could have talked about Industry 4.0 and how when the digital revolution happened, that was the third industrial revolution, the entire world changed. And we live in the digital world, right? So now with the
mm,
fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, with things like AI, and you are seeing how your industry is changing. Specifically, if
mm,
you talk about
mm,
finance sector, how it is
mm,
changing, how BFSI is changing, because they will be among the early adapters of Industry 4.0, whether it is going to be AI or augmented reality or machine learning or IoT, whatever we are talking about here. So you missed the bus there. And I again asked, I even told you, in a subtle manner that we are not helping your case because first you talked about BBA and then you started going to soft skills. You have to understand that the industrial revolutions are technical in nature, or I would say technological in nature. And you coming from a premier technological institute, you were not able to leverage. You know how in finance you would be hearing this word
mm.
leverage. You're not able to leverage. You had the leverage, but you didn't realize you had the leverage. So that part was not a good start because I'm going to be taking multiple interview of yours, so I'll be trying to open all the doors. They will open just one door and see whether it is good enough or not, and then that's it. The interview is over. So maybe this could have been the only question asked in the interview because sometimes interviews are of 5 minutes. 8 minutes, 9 minutes. You don't get that many questions, one, two, three questions at max, it's over. And they won't be motivating you to be forthcoming with information. Like
Hmm.
they won't probe you a lot. They will be like, okay,
Hmm.
okay, okay. Because they'll be taking continuous interviews for weeks. And they'll be
Hmm.
flying from Chennai to Bangalore to Hyderabad to Delhi, and they'll be going to places, taking the interviews from morning to night. So it'll be pretty strenuous for any human being, and they won't be very proactive in terms of asking you or batao, things like that. So the BBA part and the soft skill part, that was not the right way to go about it. You have to connect your BTech
Hmm.
and your experience with MBA, which you're failing to do so. Why? Which is the right kind of bachelor degree? Then you start with technical degree or BTech degree and talk about your exposure, and then you talk not only that, sir. After that, whichever area you want to get into, whether finance or marketing or operations or systems or HR or strategy, is the student having some real exposure to the area or not? For example, sir, I have been working in Bank of America, things like that. So that part was totally missing, because again, when you'll be getting a blackie call, there'll be a lot of competition, and they'll be just telling them why to select them.
Hmm.
And they're like, the bullet points are, देखिए ये है,
Hmm.
ये है, ये है,
Hmm.
and okay, so ticks are being made. That was the first thing. Second, then you said finance. Bill Ackman, one of the largest private equity firms, KKR, to per capita income. You're not about
Hmm.
GDP, you have to divide by
Hmm.
per capita
Hmm.
income. ऐसा थोड़ी कि ये सब
Hmm.
चाइना इतना बड़ा, इंडिया
Hmm.
इतना
Hmm.
बड़ा है कि पर कैपिटा प्रॉब्लम है।
Hmm.
जीडीपी बहुत है, लेकिन
Hmm.
पर कैपिटा, पर इंसान का जो कमाई है वो तो बहुत ही कम है।
Hmm.
तो वो पार्ट मेजर मिस कर गए। सब प्राइम क्राइसिस में थोड़ा बहुत, सब प्राइम मॉर्गेज क्राइसिस का थोड़ा बहुत पता था तुम्हें, लेकिन बहुत भी नहीं पता था। फिर ये सब जो नाम है, जेमी डायमंड, ये सब तो बहुत, मतलब दे आर कंसिडर टू बी लेजेंड्स, रॉक स्टार्स इन द फील्ड ऑफ फाइनेंस। वो तुमने मिस
Hmm.
किया। बैंक्स में तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट है काम करने का, और तब भी तुमने मिस किया। कमोडिटीज बहुत ही सिंपल चीजें होती है, थिंग्स जिसमें बहुत
Hmm.
डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं कर पाए, तो आप उसको
Hmm.
ट्रेड कर सकते हैं।
Hmm. Hmm.
जैसे कि
Hmm.
कहीं कुछ भी हो सकता है, ये चावल भी हो सकता है, कितना ही, ये नमक भी हो सकता है। कमोडिटीज
Hmm.
बेसिकली कैन बी ट्रेडेड।
Hmm.
यू हैव वेरी हाई लेवल ऑफ डिफरेंशिएशन एंड लॉ ऑफ डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी, तो बहुत ही कॉमन चीज है, वो जानना है, बिकॉज तुम फाइनेंस में।
Hmm.
इसलिए फिर कंपनी वैल्यूएशन के अलग अलग टाइप्स के मॉडल्स होते हैं। कोई बोलता है 5x रेवेन्यू कर दो,
Hmm.
बहुत अलग अलग तरह, तो उसमें भी इंफॉर्मेशन उतना नहीं आया। फिर 100 करोड़ में तुम 35% लगा दोगे, सबसे पहले हाई क्रिप्टो में लगाओगे, और स्टार्टअप्स में तुम क्रिप्टो और स्टार्टअप को एक बकेट में डाल रहे हो, तो कुछ लोग इसको लाइक नहीं करेंगे।
Hmm.
बिकॉज ये अलग अलग चीजें हैं। क्रिप्टो अलग है, जिस तरह से इसका मूवमेंट भी अगर तुम देखोगे,
Hmm.
और
Hmm.
स्टार्टअप ये बहुत अलग चीज है। और एक ही चीज तुमने अच्छी उसमें बोली कि सर मैं यंग हूँ, तो इसलिए मैं रिस्क लेना चाहूंगा। ठीक है, फिर म्यूचुअल फंड स्टॉक्स पे आए और ये सब पे आए, फिर तीसरे में एफडी गोल्ड पे गए। और मतलब तो बेसिकली जो दो बड़ी चीजें थी, एक क्या था, तुम्हें क्यों, पहला जो क्वेश्चन मेरा था बेटा, वो एक्चुअली एसओपी था, जिसको तुम
Hmm.
समझ नहीं। कोई वो
Oh.
बहुत डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन थोड़ी पूछेंगे, मुझे कौन सा स्ट्रीम सबसे अच्छा है बताओ एमबीए के लिए। तो एक तरह से एसओपी पूछ रहा हूँ तुम कि क्या है, एमबीए के लिए क्यों आए हो, तुम्हारा
Hmm.
क्या बैकग्राउंड है, वगैरह वगैरह। फिर फाइनेंस बोलोगे तो ये एक लेवल ऑफ टेस्टिंग है। जैसे बोला ना, 10 लेवल्स ऑफ टेस्टिंग तक जा
Hmm.
सकती है।
Hmm.
तुम्हारे पास टाइम है, यू हैव इनफ टाइम टू प्रिपेयर, सो
Hmm.
डोंट अबाउट इट। देन आई एम अहमदाबाद की बात हुई। इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन, विक्रम सारा भाई, एक बार जाके तुम देखना। एंड
Hmm.
there were people behind it, so he was one of the key person behind IIM Ahmedabad. And you could have named the first director at least, if you didn't know the main people behind that also you forgot. एंड फिर तुम्हें क्यों ले पूछा, तो तुमने अपना एक्सपीरियंस के बारे में बताया, बिल्डिंग सिस्टम डिजाइन के बारे में बताया, अपनी इंडस्ट्री के बताया, और फेवरेट पर्सन्स के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से बताया। और तुमने सही बोला, एसएससी एक सिविल, वो क्रिमिनल कुछ नहीं कर सकता है। सो
Hmm.
ऐसा मुझे ऐसा लगा कि वर्क फ्रंट पे हैंड्स ऑन हो, लेकिन रिसर्च अभी बहुत करना है।
Hmm.
और
Agreed.
आंसर को फ्रेम अच्छा करना है, फ्रेम अच्छा करना है, और थोड़ा अवेयर रहना है कि कौन सा क्वेश्चन है, एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है, इससे आप कैसे अपने मेन आंसर्स पे जंप करें। वो बिकॉज तुम्हारे आंसर्स तो मैंने देखे हैं, तुम्हारे आंसर्स तो तैयार हैं, लेकिन तुम उनको डाल नहीं पा रहे हो, बोल नहीं पा रहे हो, प्रेजेंट नहीं कर पा रहे हो।
Hmm.
You have to not be aggressive, but more assertive in terms of selling your case. But that
Hmm.
doesn't mean you will get aggressive in the interview. I'm saying means
Hmm.
अपना forthcoming रहो, points बताओ
Hmm.
वगैरह वगैरह.
Hmm.
और फाइनेंस पे पढ़ो. जनरल अवेयरनेस वाला फाइनेंस की बात कर रहा हूँ,
Hmm.
सबसे जरूरी है. और इंडस्ट्री 4.0 से अपना कुछ करो, और क्या बैंकिंग का फ्यूचर होने वाला है उसके कारण उसके बारे में भी रिसर्च करो. ये सब ज्यादा बातें करना है तुम्हें इंटरव्यू में,
Hmm.
ताकि टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ साथ जहाँ काम कर रहे हो मेच्योरिटी भी दिखे कि उस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में क्या जानते हो, क्या चल रहा है. सो वर्क ऑन दी अवेयरनेस एंड वी विल टेक अनदर इंटरव्यू वेरी सून.
Sure.
तुमने अपने आप को 3-4 दिया ना, मैं भी तुम्हें 3-4 देता.
At least
Please,
right on one thing.
both of you, you or Rajans are able to rate yourself correctly. But abhi, like, it's a long time. Don't worry. We will have many mock interviews. All the best. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, so much. Thank
Yes. Welcome.
you.
Samat, did you see the previous two interviews?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So we are starting the interview.
Sure. Sure.
Samarth, can you please tell us something about yourself?
Hi. Sir, myself Samad Goswami, and I was born and brought up in Sagar. It's a small town in Madhya Pradesh, also known as the Switzerland of Madhya Pradesh, coined by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And from there, I did my schooling. Post that, I did my undergraduate from IIT Delhi in civil engineering, and later switched to KPMG in M&A consulting role, where I have been serving for the last 18 months. And in my free time, I enjoy dancing, but not as a professional, more of a personal activity. I enjoy walking. I keep a target of 8K steps for me. And web surfing is my another hobby that I love to do.
Okay. What role will the subjects that you studied in your 4 years of civil engineering
Hmm.
play in the rest of your life?
Okay, sir. So, sir, actually, civil engineering as a philosophy, if you look, it's a very it places the foundation for your life and every career as well. Because in civil engineering, our mindset is to design solutions that are sustainable and that last for decades. So our first approach, if I go point by point, first is the factor of safety. Whenever designing any structure, take any decision, you have to counter for unsystematic risk that you cannot foresee. So you always plan for factor of safety. Same in life and in profession, we have to make some risk mitigation measures. Another thing that I learned from civil is the how actually different components add to each other. So in our lives in and everything, it's a multitude of different components working together to process everything. In civil engineering also, we have beams, we have columns, we have foundation. Everyone has a different role, and how all these combine together and function together is something that I learned in civil engineering. Apart from that, I also learned some one interesting subject that is about soil, how soil is a heterogeneous mixture, but then also using some basic concept we can make the mathematical model and we can actually predict the property. So how using some broad principles you can actually quantify seemingly vague things and make best use of it. So these are three things that I have learned from civil engineering.
What is the Big Four and why are they called the Big Four?
So, sir, Big Four are the four companies. The number one, the with the I'm listing the terms of revenue. It's a Deloitte. Then we have PwC. Then we have EY, and then we have KPMG. So these are the four biggest accounting and taxation firms in over the world. Nowadays they have also pivoted into consulting also. So the term Big Four is because of the sheer scale. Each of them is having a revenue plus of 20 billions, and a lot of people. Almost every has a manforce of around 60,000 plus people and present in almost all countries. So because of their scale, they are termed as the big fours.
What is the erstwhile name of Accenture?
Not sure.
Have you come across this name, Arthur Anderson Consulting?
Yes, sir.
What,
Sorry.
what do you know about it?
So Arthur Anderson Consulting is a consulting firm based out of UK, and that primarily, sorry.
Oh. Which is your dream consulting firm?
So my dream consulting firm would be Bain, because Bain has a lot of projects in M&A and private equity, owing to their relationship with Bain Capital and historical relationship with other PE firms also. So I would like, if given a chance, I would like to work with Bain.
Okay. When did the state of Chhattisgarh come into existence?
State of Chhattisgarh, uh, around 15 January 2002, if I'm not wrong. The day is celebrated as Madhya Pradesh Day in my state.
But you're not sure about the date.
Uh, I
Are
think
you
it was
sure of the year?
2002 or 2000, 2002 or 2000. I think it was that, during that time.
Can you talk about the Naxalism in Chhattisgarh?
Yes, sir. So, sir, Chhattisgarh Naxalism was primarily because of two main reasons. First was there is a lot of forest there, and due to which the local communities which thrive in these forests were actually upset because of the government policies and the government continuous intervention by the forest department. Later on, these village people, the tribal people, then took on weapons, and also there was some intervention by there's a said intervention by different criminal groups also that led to the form of Naxalism in the Chhattisgarh region. And this was one of the primary reasons of division of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, so that the administration could be easy in both the state and the Naxal problem could be solved. As of today, after the intervention of military, there has been air-based, drone-based tracking of Naxalites, and currently the reason the Naxalite level has reduced and the crimes are also low.
Are you justifying Naxalism?
No, sir. Naxalism cannot be justified. Any act of violence should not be justified. But sir, I am just stating the process through which they
All
have gone.
revolutions have been bloody revolutions.
Ji, sir? Sorry.
All revolutions have been bloody revolutions.
Yes, sir. All revolutions have been bloody revolution, and
From
I
the
also believe.
beginning, when we talk about the French Revolution, any revolution is basically arising out of oppression. It's a
Yes,
reaction to extreme oppression, and it gets violent in nature because those people in power are oppressing those people who are not in power and who are like generally at the bottom of the pyramid.
yes, sir. But sir, a different case from French Revolution to here can be that India has adequate judicial and governmental support that could be actually they could have availed. I understand that there could have been some execution and some bureaucratic constraint, but I feel violence is still not an option when you are in a democratic state.
And Naxalism is not a problem only in Chhattisgarh. It is there in West Bengal. It is there in
Yes,
Jharkhand.
sir.
It is there in Telangana.
Yes, sir.
It's a proper way of organized business where these organizations are basically dealing with forest produce as well.
Yes. Yes, sir. So there has been organized business and some findings of organized crime as well as opium farming and other drug farming has also been associated with Naxalites. So that's also a growing problem in these regions.
Which country bore the worst effects of the opium trade?
Which country? I would say, sir, Cambodia, owing to the cartel run by uh, Pablo Escobar. So, sir, he's okay.
About the opium trade, which used to happen a long time ago, and China was also a part of it. Opium trade thing, historical. I have gone into what you talked about. One of your hobbies is web surfing.
Yes, sir.
What kind of content are you surfing online?
Sir, I search a multitude of content. So basically, any triggers that I get, then I search about it. A recent search that I went through was there was one AI company that manufactured a rocket engine solely through the designing by the AI processes. Then it led to me searching for another type of rocket engines that are not commonly used now because of constraint, known as the iron thrusters. So I was learning about the iron thrusters and how we are improving the technology to actually use iron thrusters in our space mission.
Which Gen AI do you go to for your searches, researchers generally?
Sir, I generally choose between two AIs for comprehensive purpose. One, I go with Grok, and second, I go with ChatGPT.
Any particular reason that you're going to these two?
Sir, Grok, because I found the Grok algorithm for collecting data is better than ChatGPT. It usually searches a lot more resources, so it has a higher context window. When we are talking about the number of the resources it can search, that's more than ChatGPT. So it's able to collect from a lot of sources, and actually it's a double-edged sword that it has a more less of the community guidelines. You can actually get search results which may be not flagged by other AI. Although it has been a problem in recent times also, which I will come up to late.
It's picking up things from dark web as well, you are saying?
Are not dark webs actually, but there are sometimes sensitive issues that might not flag in ChatGPT because it has a higher community guidelines. This might be leading to a lot of things related to China, Taiwan, just if you search these kinds of things. So it might show you a very generic kind of review.
And you have only used these two, you have not explored the other.
I have also tried others, sir. I have tried DeepSeek. I have also tried small language models. I have tried Gemini also, and I found these to be to the perfect fit.
How many steps should a person take in their app to make sure that, okay, today was a good number of steps from health point of view?
Sir, it depends on your age and health goals also. So generally, it's recommended between 5,000 to 10,000 steps. If you are young and doesn't have any problem related to your legs or your knees, then 10,000 steps is recommended. And if there are some problems, you can aim for 5,000 steps.
So have you indulged in trekking because you said you liked walking? So have you indulged in trekking? Have you done treks?
I haven't went to a lot of treks, but surely I have been to Rishikesh. I have tried in Rishikesh and not many. I am more of a beach person than a mountain person.
Can you name few famous places in Rishikesh you visited, few things that you would recommend to fellow travelers?
Sir, I would really recommend going for the river rafting. So there are three types of river rafting. So there are six vortexes in the river, and they take you to different lengths. There is a 12-kilometer river raft, there is a 10-kilometer river raft, and there are 5-kilometer river raft. I would recommending going for the 12th kilometer. So it will give you the most fun. Uh, I would advise to go in not in rainy season. The rainy season river is actually very violent and the activity stops. Another place I would like them to visit would be the bungee jumping area. I'm forgetting the name. Actually, it's not in Rishikesh. It's 12 to 15 kilometers far from Rishikesh, and it is one of the highest bungee jumping point in India. So those are the two places.
And you wouldn't ask them to visit Haridwar and Mussoorie, which are so close?
You can. It depends on your plan. So when I went, it was a very short duration plan, and we were actually 5 6 people going for
And
the
for how many
waterfalls.
days?
So 2 days only. One day we went and we went for all the activities and came back. So it was a short plan for water sports.
And what is the name of the famous bridge that you must have visited there when you were there in Rishikesh?
Uh, Ram Jhula.
Ram Jhula or Lakshman Jhula? Where did you go?
I think that both are there. Ram Jhula, Lakshman Jhula. There are two bridges there.
More popular.
Uh, I'm not sure, sir, which one is more popular. We went to Ram Jhula, so I remember that one.
Okay. And because you were with friends, so it was not at all, religious. This trip was not
It
religious.
was so it was we went six school friends, still college friends we went. So it was more on uh, sports than religion.
So now
Sorry.
make me understand. First,
Mm,
you cracked JEE, went to IT Delhi, did your civil engineering from there,
mm.
and then instead of joining a firm specialized in that kind of work, you joined KPMG. Now you want to get into uh, MBA, and then you want to get into a job which is either into M&A or private equity investments, handling such kind of things. Why this kind of route?
Uh,
Are you
sir,
sure about what you want in life? If I
yes,
ask you in one sentence, can you tell me professionally what do you want in life?
yes, sir. So professionally, I want to first work in an environment that's high paced. Second, I want to be
Person,
exposed to
come again. What
high
did you
paced. Sir, high
Fast
paced. So
paced?
high paced. Sorry.
Fast paced, you are saying.
Yes, sir. High paced.
Fast
And
paced. Are
second,
you saying fast paced?
yes, a fast pace. Because sir, one of the things in civil engineering is that when you're plotted to a project, they are generally stretching from some months to even years. For example, a dam project or a highway project can be of 2, 3 years. You are working on a single project.
Are
It's
you an
interesting to
impatient person?
जी sir.
Are you an impatient person?
Not sir, I'm not an impatient person, but I
What are
would
your
like to
weaknesses? Can you tell us your weaknesses?
sir, my more first weakness that I feel while working also would be a lack of confrontation. I'm not very good with strict confrontation, even when
Have
there
anger
were
issues? Do you have anger issues? That's the reason you don't want to confront because maybe you will have a volcanic eruption or something like that.
not anger issues in particular, sir, but I
Be
would
honest.
say
You can be
I
honest,
like
but you don't have to. You can honestly tell us. Nobody's perfect. Do you have anger issues when it comes to confrontations, and that's the reason you generally avoid confrontations?
no, sir. It's more not on the anger issue. It's more that I cannot come up with the authority that's required to actually confront someone. So
Always need authority to confront someone.
yes, sir. I feel that you require some sort of authority to confront
So
because sometimes
if
uh,
someone has the authority, that person will confront, and it does not matter what's the merit of the case or merit of the argument.
yes, authority can be in different senses, not only on the bureaucrat authority. Authority can be by the virtue of your knowledge also, by the virtue of your expertise in a subject. So in my current life, I have been starting a lot of things. So I'm not very sure about my knowledge in certain professional fields. So I like a sense of confrontation in there. In terms of bureaucratic authority also.
So confrontation or maybe lack of confidence because
Uh,
you think that you're not fully aware or fully prepared. So you're not completely confident.
so I'm confident with what I have done, but there's still always a edge that you might miss. So that actually restricts my ability to confront people.
Okay, what are the other weaknesses that you have?
So apart from this, another weakness I would say is overanalyzing and overthinking. Sometimes I get into a topic and focus on a niche, start working in a silo, and then uh, many a times I forget the big picture, the broader goal why we are doing something. This has happened with me in my professional life. Uh, when I was working on a data analysis, I got so involved in the data itself that I forget the timings of the insights that were due to deliver. So this is another thing.
Generally, people will say that someone who is fit for a CEO position or a business leader position needs to be very good at people management. But also, people being good at people management means not only getting the job done, but also being firm and sincere and strict sometimes. Someone who does not is not afraid of confrontations.
Yes, sir.
So, and also person fit for a CEO position will not be someone who overthinks a lot or does too much of analysis because that will affect the decision making with respect to time.
Yes, sir.
And also, a CEO is one who should have the larger picture
Yes, sir.
so that the larger objective is never lost because there will be so many crisis management happening on a daily basis.
Mm.
And also, the board would expect the CEO to meet the deadlines because that's what the board is for, to see that the objectives are made in the right way, are being followed in the right way, and they are met within the timeline. You said these are your weaknesses. How will you be a fit CEO or a fit senior partner for Bain?
Sir, I believe that CEO is a late stage post. Currently, I would not rate myself fit for a CEO level post. I am more of an associate and learning post.
I'm talking
And
about your final aim in a sentence. I'm talking about that finally, but your weaknesses are there, right
also,
there.
that's why that I want to work on these weaknesses to overcome them and make myself competent enough to be a proper candidate for
What sort
CEO
of
part.
working you have already done because you know these are your weaknesses. So can you take us step by step? What are you doing to address or what you have been doing to address these weaknesses?
Yes, sir. So first from the lack of confrontation skill. So, sir, for lack of confrontation, I am currently trying always when there is a require for that to make a proper story and make a level 2, level 3 argument. If now I have to confront you and I say that, sir, I want this data for analysis, and you say, "Ki, Samar, this might not be required at the moment. So, what should be my next answer? If you say something, what should be my next answer? So, a branched Q&A type that I'm preparing in my mind before going to anyone is one thing. Second thing, while for the issue of forgetting the broader picture, one thing that I'm currently practicing is always having two aims in mind: what I'm doing right now and what I have to achieve at the end of the day. So by breaking the broader picture into smaller picture, what I have to do and what I have to do today. So I try to limit myself what I have to do today, and by this habit, I'm trying to enlarge it from one day to 1 week to 1 month, and then to the broader picture. So these are the two things that I'm currently doing to compensate
That
for my
one is
weakness.
sounding more like it's containing you. You know, you're thinking just of the day and larger picture. People think of few years down the line and they plan accordingly.
Mhm.
And so, have you been missing deadlines? Have you missed deadlines at work or when you were at IT Delhi? Did you miss some deadlines?
At work, I have missed a few. At IITs, none.
Why did you miss those deadlines at work?
Sir, because of my limited knowledge of topic, there has been a lot of reactive-based learning that I have to do. Currently, I have been working with BFSI clients, which I have a little knowledge of. So a lot of reactive learning is required when solving any problem or doing any analysis. So that added to my time for completion of projects.
What do you know about Save the Soil campaign by Sadhguru?
Uh, Sir, I not know much. So Save the Soil campaign was started a few years back by Sadhguru, in which he did many things uh, to bring to the highlight that the top layer of the soil or the fertile soil need to be saved for cultivation and everything. So for spreading the awareness, he has started and completed an all India bike ride. There have been Save the Soil
But
online
what is the
campaign.
Save the Soil all about? What is his message? What is he saying?
Sir, we need to save the top layer and the fertile soils because there has been a lot of desertification and the toxification of the soil owing to your bad practices in using fertilizers and chemical pesticides. So he wants to save the soil so we can have a good crop and livelihood for the farmers also.
Which movie was the breakthrough film of John Travolta in which he is a dancer?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Why should we select you?
uh, Sir, why should you select me?
Yeah.
So, sir, I would say why I'm a better candidate or I'm a good candidate for an IIM. So, first of all, I align with the mission of IIMs to create good leaders that would become good managers in organization. Second, I am academic minded and I trust the process. And I would say why what's differentiate me and other candidates would be that I'm coming with a balance of knowledge, having technical knowledge and real business experience from an overarching perspective. And I feel I would be a good contributor to the IM cohort as well. And I'll, and I would
Can you
one
name
second.
two subjects
Hmm.
that you look forward to studying here? Can you name 10 subjects?
Sir, if I need to name two subjects, first would
10,
be
10, I
finance.
said 10 subjects.
Okay, sir. 10 subjects. Sir, we have business communication, we have organization behavior, we have finance, microeconomics, macroeconomics. In some IIMs, we have social work also related, like in IIM Kozhikode, we have social work related programs also. Another subject we have is on organization behavior. A lot of electives are there, including your M&A, uh, your
What's the Maslow
accounting.
hierarchy?
Yes, sir.
What's the Maslow hierarchy?
Not yes.
MASLOW, Maslow hierarchy.
Yes.
No. What is a Giffen good?
Sir, Giffen good is a good whose availability reduces its price. So it works. Uh, sorry, there are two types of good. In microeconomics, we study it as good. So one is the good in which follows if the good is less, the price rises, and Giffen good is the opposite of this. If the good is less, the price also falls for the good.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
How is Giffen good different from an inferior good?
Sir, an inferior good has a lower demand. And actually, sir, both are same, I guess. It's the different name for inferior goods.
What is corporate social responsibility?
So, sir, mandated by the government, every corporate has to spend a certain amount of their money for social good and social activities that may include helping the environment,
Yes.
education.
What is the percentage? What is the percentage generally taken as a thumb rule that, okay, this percentage of profit or revenue, are you aware of that?
No, sir.
If one day you run an organization, what percentage you'll be giving, whether you'll be taking it as a upon revenue or profit, and what should be that percentage?
Sir, I will be taken on profit basis, and percentage wise, I will put a maximum cap of 2%, 1 to 2%,
2% of
and so 2% of profit, 1 to 2% of profit maximum cap. But the minimum cap would decide will based on the type of projects we are having. So I plan on actually having some sustainable projects like contribution to schools and some varied projects like plantation type of drives.
Okay, Samar, we are done with the interview. What do you think? How much would you rate yourself on a scale of 10?
There are 5.5 something. I really braked on the question why MBA, and I feel ki after that my uh, flow was also broken. Um, some GK question I was missing. You asked in between, so I have to check up on that. And uh, those are the some things that after the question I really fall apart. So,
So see, you have to understand, Samar, that if is for everyone, if they are not able to answer few GK questions, that doesn't mean they'll be rejected or they'll be scoring very low. If you know them, you'll be scoring few extra points, but if you don't know, that doesn't mean that the negative will be very high. So it's not that rejection is going to happen because you're not able to answer a few general awareness questions. But then they attach a lot of importance to SOP related questions. So asking about why should we select you? That particular answer was not sometimes we have written the answers, but the verbal presentation is missing because we haven't tried it. So we have to record ourselves. We have to like put our mobile on a camera stand and start recording, and you have to see that, okay, is it coming across in a very, very well presented way, point by point, in a smooth way, in a coherent way. So that part was missing. You are not able to sell it properly, like when you're talking about that why MBA, because aligned with the mission that they aim to create business leaders. But then why are you interested in being a business leader? Have you shown some potential as a business leader? Or can you narrate some leadership qualities that are inherent in you? That part has to be explained properly. And then you're talking about academic minded and trust the process. So in academic minded also, you'll have to detail yourself, talk about certain things, whatever you want to present, like to support the point. So the supporting part has to be there. And then you're talking about technical and business experience in a way. Then there also, what sort of technical experience you're talking about? Are you abreast with what is happening also right now? What is your level? So maybe earlier in the interview you're talking about, because I only asked you that, okay, which AI tools and Gen AI you are using, but that may not have been a question asked, and only this question could have been asked, that why MBA. So there again, when you talk about technical and business, you have to explain it. So that explanation was missing in all these three things that you talked about: leadership and academic minded and test the process, and technical and business exposure to an extent. So that part was missing. So the why MBA part has to be very, very well made, because the why MBA has a lot of points. Suppose in an interview has 50 points. So out of those 50 points, good number of points is why MBA. And sometimes they don't ask why MBA. They say, tell me something about yourself. So they're expecting you to make some connection, even though the question is not direct, it is being asked indirectly. But then they also know, and you also know, that the purpose of you being there is to like give an interview to get selected for that MBA seat. So that why MBA part was missing. And then your understanding and your reading on the subjects which are taught in an MBA curriculum is very limiting. So you need to brush up on them, because as I have explained it earlier, that they are expecting you to do some good research on the course structure, course curriculum, because they are thinking you want to pay 20-25 lakh for the course. They don't know you're paying it for other types of exposure and corporate interface also through the internship program, and a good placement to jettison your career, in whichever area you want to get into. They're expecting you to talk about the course, that, sir, I want to come and do this course and learn about this subject, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So that part was missing completely. And then we talked about the weakness part. You're able to talk about the weakness. And then I asked about that these are some things, the opposite of this is expected of a CEO. So that time, you are not only supposed to talk about that you're working on the weaknesses, you're supposed to talk about the strengths that you have. So, okay, it's not that only these things are expected of the CEOs, there must be other things also that is expected of a business leader, because you're talking about that your vision is aligned with the, creating leaders thing. And so you could have talked about the strengths. That was an opportunity. Sometimes you're talking about B, and along with B, the opposite is A, and then after B, you talk about A as well. That's like you have to be smart in that sense. And Rishikesh was okay. You that was more like a what did you do and things like that. So I think that part was missing. And when we talked about tell me something about yourself, you talked about walking, web surfing, dancing, KPMG, IT Delhi, civil engineering, Switzerland, Sagar, MP, Chhattisgarh, and all. And then I asked about Nexalism. So, fine, you gave some tidbits, but you can give more details about it. But we are just starting the preparation, because earlier Chhattisgarh was, there was no Chhattisgarh, it was Madhya Pradesh only. So even if you talk about Bastar, Bastar was in which state? There was no Chhattisgarh. So little more information on that front needs to be coming. It's okay. Even so, in these kind of things, even if you are not giving enough information, that doesn't mean you'll be rejected. The problem area will be why MBA, why to select you, what are your weaknesses. So it's exactly like when someone is asking about your weakness, it's like, why should we not select you? So, okay, the professor is forcing you to talk about why we should not select you. You talk about 2-3 points, which are your weaknesses and how you are trying to work upon them. But at the same time, talk about the reasons why you should be selected. They won't stop you. They're just trying to see that अरे स्मार्ट है कि नहीं, लड़का समझता है कि नहीं, ये पूछा है तो ये भी बोलेंगे और करेंगे. But out of all the 3 interviews today, your interview was definitely better than the other 2 interviews, but that doesn't mean you'll be selected, because you have to understand there is a lot. You're also expecting a call from ABC, right? So there will be a lot of competition. What's your percentile?
99.9, sir.
So you will be facing a lot of competition in ABC. So you have to. So unfortunately, what happens in these interviews at Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Calcutta? So like if you talk about IT Bombay, IT Delhi, and even IT Kanpur, IT Kharagpur, and IT Chennai. So a lot of good students. they will be only eyeing for ABC. There'll be a lot of competition. A lot of competition will be there, especially if you are looking at roles in investment banking, private equity, and again there'll be a lot of competition during the interviews. So what happens because of it, there being so much of competition, if they're asking you three questions, you have to be good at in all those three answers. So even if you are giving good answers to two questions, but not giving a good answer to one of the questions, one of the three questions, so it significantly reduces your chances of selection. So that's the reason you need to prepare more. What does it mean? It means you need to prepare more. As simple as that. As
Mm.
simple as that. Any question you want to ask?
Sir, I was feeling that sometimes when in some topics that the Naxal is good or bad, or
Because
this.
when you started with the introduction, it was looking as if you were sympathizing. There's nothing wrong with it. So the
I said,
introduction was more sympathetic that, okay,
uh,
there was oppression and these people wanted to revolt, and then criminal organizations or agencies also joined hands with them, because of which it started getting into the violent zone and all. So there was nothing wrong with it. So because of that, I was asking that, are you sympathizing with Naxalites and all? But then you were very smart in that. You were able to talk about that violence is not the way to. So those answers were right, but then you were missing finally in the second half. So the first half of the interview was going very good. The second half of the interview was not going good. Maybe
okay.
you are exhausted, or maybe you like sprints and you don't like marathons. The
Mm,
people are different,
mm,
but you need to be very, very clear with the SOP related questions. What are SOP related questions? Tell us something about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Why should we select you? Which is your favorite subject and why? What's your alternate career option? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your hobbies and interests? Can you tell us any significant achievement of your life and how did you achieve it? Can you talk about something which you did as a part of a team and how did you achieve the outcome? Uh, then they might ask you about the course curriculum, which is your favorite specialization, and which are the subjects in it, and what is exciting you about that. Then, if you're working, then about that industry.
mm,
And then they will ask you questions from civil engineering also, if one of the three professors is from civil engineering. It
mm,
depends now, because many professors are having the BTech plus MBA. If one of the professors is from civil engineering, then they will ask you questions on civil engineering. And then they'll be also looking at or testing you on the moral front sometimes.
mm.
They'll be asking you some question and they're seeing morally how, like, things like that. So these things you have to be completely prepared on. Other things like general awareness, and also it will keep getting updated, knowing about your state, knowing about the important cities or districts or towns or villages or pilgrimages, things about your state. Basically, you need to know about your state. It's as simple as that. Things like that. But I think you're going like, if you work hard, then you'll get selected. You need to work hard.
Thank
Is
you.
that is that, and we'll have multiple rounds of interview before uh, 17th, 18th, the first corporate boot camp. So you should have
Mm.
had at least minimum three interviews before that, so that like you are in a good position. Because different interviewers, they expect different things out of you. For example, last year we had invited Professor Rangarajan. He was the director of executive education programs at IIM Ahmedabad, and his observation was mostly related to the attitude of the person, that how you're sitting, how you are dressed, how you are answering, and things like that. Many people have a different way of interviewing, like the things that they are looking in you is different from what you are thinking about.
Mm,
And even once when we were having a conversation with Professor Himanshu Rai, director of IIM Indore, that time he was the CAT convener. So he said that for us, interview is an attitudinal test, and we are primarily looking at the attitude of the person. We're judging the attitude of the person. So whether they're asking you something related to you, and they're seeing that are you aware of yourself, or they are looking at the way you're presenting yourself, and through that they're trying to gauge your personality trait and your nature and things like that. So a lot of subtle things will also be working, which may not be evident in this online interview, but face to face things are more evident, like you can't hide. But as far as I can make out, that there is no problem with your way of speaking or demeanor. It's just that right now you have not started the preparation, and this is your first mock interview, so it's okay. At least you know which are the areas or fronts in which you need to work. Okay?
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best. And good night to all of you. And prepare because we'll be having a lot of interviews and everyone will be getting a chance to give interviews, both in online as well as offline format. And okay, so we'll just quickly look at a question from Signa sir. If we are asked to introduce ourselves, how long should we speak for? It depends. Generally, it shouldn't be more than 3 minutes, I think. And you don't have to explain everything in detail. Suppose there are 7 points that you want to convey. So one line of all those 7 points, and then if still they are looking, staring at you, then you can start opening up those points. If it can be done in a very organic way, without looking as if you have forcibly put it there. PESEL means political, economic, social, technological, legal, environmental. So when the WAT topic is given or a GD topic is given or when something is asked, they want to see that are you able to think on this from multiple perspective. So in PESEL, the beauty of PESEL is that even if you pick 1 point from three of these PESTLE, so they'll see that okay, the student is not having a parochial view or only knowing from one perspective. So that is special. Uh, I think let's meet soon. We are meeting. So every day we are going to be having general awareness class. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day, 1 hour of general awareness class will happen, and we'll increase the mock interviews so that by 15th everyone is prepared. I have sent the PI questions. You have to make your SOP as well. There are 3 videos which are there in all the Telegram groups. Please finish this task first, ASAP. That you need to make your SOP. You need to make a USP document. USP means unique selling point document. All the good points about you. All the good points about you. No, Vinay, only the good students will be giving interviews in front of everyone. That includes you. So, in case it is scary, I'm happy. You need to get scared. Why? You need to face the fear. Okay. So I was talking about you need to make your answers at the earliest. That's the first thing that you need to do. Okay, guys. Good night. See you soon. All the best. Take care.